My child, I've seen your pain. I've watched the way you hold it in when no one's looking. I know how your smile hides the weight you carry. I see the exhaustion behind your eyes, the ache of pretending to be okay when your heart feels anything but whole. You don't have to explain yourself to me. I was there in every moment you didn't think you'd survive. When the world moved on, I stayed beside you. When people didn't notice your breaking, I held each shattered piece. Nothing about your story is invisible to me. Even your silence spoke to me. Even your numbness was heard by my heart. The times you couldn't pray, couldn't feel, couldn't lift your hands, I understood it all. My child, I never needed your words to recognize your wounds. I just needed your heart to stay open, even if only barely. And you did. You've been through more than they know, and still, you've kept going. Even when you didn't know why, even when you wanted to give up. That quiet strength of yours, it came from me. I was the one breathing into you when you felt too tired to rise again. You've cried in the dark. You've wrestled with loneliness. You've questioned your worth, your purpose, your place in this world. You've wondered if you matter, if you're loved, if you're seen. My child, let me speak into that void right now. Yes, you matter. Yes, you are loved. Yes, I see you. I see you. I see the child in you who still aches for safety. I see the adult in you who feels the pressure to keep everything together. I see the battle in your mind, the heaviness in your soul. I see how hard you try and how much it hurts when you feel like it's still not enough. But you are not a disappointment to me. You have not failed me. You have not gone too far or fallen too deep. Nothing you've done, nothing you've thought, nothing you've feared has pushed me away. I am not surprised by your struggle. I've known your journey from the beginning. You've been fighting battles in silence, fighting thoughts that attack you in the quiet, fighting feelings of unworthiness that seem to echo louder than truth. I know how much strength it takes just to wake up some days. I know what it costs you to show up when your heart is breaking. You don't have to be strong for me. I'm not asking you to prove anything. I don't love you because you've held it together. I love you even when you fall apart. I love you in your weakness. I love you in your doubt. I love you in your confusion, in your weariness, in your questions. I love all of you, even the parts you wish I couldn't see, even the parts you're ashamed of, even the parts that feel too broken to name. My love isn't limited to the version of you that's performing well. My love is unconditional. That means there is no condition under which I will leave you. I'm here, even now, even in the middle of the pain you can't explain, even when you feel numb, even when everything in you wants to withdraw and disappear. My presence is steady. My hands are still holding you. I haven't let go. When they walked away, I stayed. When everything changed, I remained. When your faith trembled, I remained faithful. I'm not waiting for you to get it all together. I'm walking with you through the mess, through the fog, through the silence. You are not alone. Not in the waiting, not in the heartbreak, not in the confusion, not in the anxiety. I'm sitting beside you in it all. I am closer than your next breath. Even now I am with you, even in the room where you felt the most forgotten, even on the nights you couldn't sleep, even in the places that feel haunted by regret. My child, I have never turned my face from you. You are still mine, not because of how perfectly you've walked, but because I chose you before the pain, before the fall, before the tears. I claimed you as my beloved, and nothing has changed. That let me be your shelter again. You've carried this for too long, trying to fix what only I can heal. You don't have to carry it alone anymore. Bring me your questions. Bring me your exhaustion. Bring me your fears, your past, your hidden shame. Bring me you. You can rest now. You can stop pretending. You don't have to perform here. You don't have to explain why you're tired or why your faith feels thin. Just collapse into me. Just let go. Just breathe in my love without earning it. I want you to receive again. Not because you've been perfect, but because you're mine. You were. never meant to be your own savior. You were never expected to hold the whole world on your shoulders. That weight was never yours to carry. Let me carry you. Let me be the one who restores you. Let me remind you what peace feels like. Let me fill in the places where you've been drained. I'm not just offering you comfort, I'm offering you myself. I'm the source of everything your soul is thirsty for. I'm not in a hurry. I won't rush your healing. I won't push you past what you're ready to face. I will walk with you step by step. I will speak to your heart in ways no one else can, and I will stay, even when you feel slow, broken, uncertain. I will stay. You are still worthy of love, not because you've always believed, but because I've always loved. I don't need you to have perfect faith. I just need you to let me hold your heart. I want to be the one you collapse into when you're tired of pretending to be okay. Let your soul breathe again. Let your tears fall if they need to. Let your defenses soften. You don't have to keep bracing for disappointment. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to heal you. I'm here to love you back into life, and I'm not going anywhere, even if all you can do is whisper my name. Even if your faith is only a flicker, even if you've walked away before, I still choose you. I still want you. I still love you. My child, come back to me. Not to religion, not to pressure, not to perfection. Come back to the safety of my arms. Come back to the place where you are fully known and fully loved. Come back home. I've been waiting for you, not in anger, not in disappointment, but in tenderness. I've been waiting with arms wide open, not to punish you, but to restore you, not to lecture you, but to embrace you. There is nothing you've done that disqualifies you from my love. There is no wound too deep, no sin too dark, no failure too great. I already knew every weakness when I chose you. I'm not afraid of your past. I'm not ashamed of your story. I see beauty where others saw brokenness. Let me show you who you are, not who pain told you to be, not who fear shaped you into, not who rejection labeled you as. Let me remind you of your real name. Let me whisper into your soul the truth that has never changed. You are mine. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not invisible. I've been here the whole time, guiding, protecting, covering you, even when you didn't realize it. Even when you couldn't feel me, even when you thought I was gone, I never left. My child, I have never, not once, left your side. You are still in my hands, still in my plan, still in my love. I will finish what I started in you, and this pain, it is not the end of your story. This valley is not forever. This heaviness will lift. This heartbreak will not have the final word. I am the author of your life, and I am still writing redemption into every chapter. Stay with me, even when it's hard, even when you don't understand, even when everything inside you wants to withdraw. Stay. Let me walk you through this. Let me love you forward. You're not as far as you think. Healing is already beginning. Hope is already breaking through. My child, your victory is nearer than you know, and I'm walking with you every step. Even now, I am guiding your every step. You may not see the path, but I see the destination. You may not feel progress, but I am moving, quietly, purposefully. Nothing about your journey is wasted. Nothing about your delay is meaningless. I have been working in the dark places, in the hidden places, in the places where you thought nothing good could grow. I planted seeds while you wept. I watered the soil with your tears. And though it seemed like nothing was happening, my child, your breakthrough has been sprouting beneath the surface. Do not judge your life by what your eyes can see. There are victories unfolding that have not yet reached the surface. There are doors being carved for you in places that once looked like stone walls. There is a shift happening in the spiritual realm because I've declared it over you. You are stepping into a divine turning point. You've been through the pressing, the stretching, the pruning. But now the wind is beginning to shift. You will feel it in your spirit before you see it in your circumstances. You will sense my whisper before the miracle breaks wide open. Stay close to me. Keep your heart open even when it trembles. Keep your ears near to my voice. The enemy wants you distracted right now, discouraged, disoriented. But I am calling you back into clarity, back into peace, back into alignment with who you really are. You are not defeated. You are not behind. You are not disqualified. You are being prepared, molded, positioned for what I've always had in mind. The pain didn't cancel the promise. It deepened your roots for the promise to grow. Every delay carried purpose. Every detour taught you something your destiny will need. Every disappointment became a doorway into deeper trust. You may not have chosen this path, but I have used every part of it to shape you into a vessel that will carry my glory. I'm not just restoring what you lost, I'm multiplying it. I'm redeeming time. I'm repaying in ways that will silence every lie spoken against you. I'm preparing a table not just of survival, but of abundance, in front of those who thought your story was over. You will not remain in the shadows. I am bringing you into the light, not to show off your strength, but to showcase my faithfulness. People will see what I've done and know it was me. You won't have to explain how you made it. Your life will be the testimony. Let go of the timelines you thought I missed. I know how long it's felt. I know how deeply you've hoped and how quietly you've wept when hope started to fade. But I am never late. I am never caught off guard. My timing is perfect because I see the full picture. You've been faithful in the silence. You've worshipped through the pain. You've chosen me when nothing made sense. That faith, it moved me. That faith, it is being honored. That faith, it has been writing a new story over your life. Don't stop believing now. This is the part where it begins to shift. This is the moment heaven leans in. This is the hour where the weight starts to break and my hand begins to move. Openly, you've come too far to turn back now. Trust me when you can't trace me. I'm working all things for good, even the things you'd rather forget, even the moments you wish never happened. I am weaving them into something holy, something powerful, something eternal. Nothing is wasted in my hands. I see the parts of you that still wonder, still wrestle, still ask, will it ever be different? And to you I say yes. Yes, my child, it will. You will breathe lighter again. You will laugh again. You will feel whole again. But not because the world changed, because I am changing you. From the inside out, I'm rewiring how you see, how you love, how you walk through this life. I'm giving you vision beyond pain, purpose beyond what happened, strength that comes from my spirit, not your striving. You will not have to fake joy anymore. You will feel it, deep in your bones. You will wake up with peace again, not because everything is perfect, but because you know I'm with you. And that's enough. That has always been enough. Let my joy rise within you. Let my peace anchor you. Let my love quiet every storm inside. Your mind, I'm not giving you a temporary fix. I'm giving you a foundation that can't be shaken. A joy that cannot be stolen, a future that cannot be denied. Lift your head, my child, lift your eyes. You've been looking down for too long, burdened, tired, unsure. But the dawn is here. The night has done its work. It refined you, but it will not define you. You are stepping into the new. You are not who you used to be. You are not going back. I have broken the chains that held you. I have removed what you didn't have the strength to let go of. I've made a way where there was none. This is your appointed time. Time for renewal, time for restoration, time for resurrection. What looked dead is coming to life. What felt lost is being returned. What was broken is being made whole. I am your breakthrough. Not just the giver of it, but the breakthrough itself. I am the open door. I am the answered prayer. I am the deliverance wrapped in love. And I will not fail you. Let me teach you how to walk in victory, not in striving, not in performance, but in grace, in trust, in childlike faith. You don't have to know how it will all unfold. You just have to keep holding my hand. You were never meant to walk alone. and you never have. Even in the seasons you questioned everything, even then I was carrying you. Even when your faith felt gone, I was still writing your miracle. My child, you are surrounded by angels. You are covered by my presence. You are backed by heaven. What comes against you cannot stand, because it comes against me too. And I do not lose battles. You are protected. You are anointed. You are chosen for such a time as this. There is purpose in your positioning, and there is power in your praise, even when it's quiet. Your worship in the wilderness has moved heaven. Every whispered prayer, every tear-soaked amen, every time you said, "Still, I will trust." You do that has built altars in the spirit that I will now honor in the natural. This is not a false hope. This is my word over you. I cannot lie. I do not tease. I do not promise what I will not fulfill. If I spoke it, it will come to pass. If I said it, I will do it. So walk forward with peace, not because it all makes sense, but because I am with you, because I go before you, because my rod and my staff comfort you. You lack nothing. Even when it looks like lack, my hand is providing. Even when it feels like delay, I am working. Even when you feel forgotten, I am calling your name. You are never out of reach, even when your prayers feel empty, even when your heart feels cold, even when life feels like too much. You are never out of my reach. Come close again, not because you've been perfect, but because you're mine, because I long to fill you again, to refresh you, to remind you of what's always been true. You are deeply loved by me, not for what you do, but for who you are. Not for how you serve or how you endure, but simply because you exist, because I created you to carry my love and my light. You are not a burden. You are not too much. You are not a problem I'm trying to fix. You are a treasure I'm holding, a child I delight in, a heart I long to heal. So let go again. Let go of the fear. Let go of the need to figure it all out. Let go of what they said. Let go of what didn't work. Let go of the belief that nothing ever changes. Because I am changing everything, and I am starting with you. Starting with your heart, your mind, your soul. I am pouring fresh oil over every dry place. I am renewing you from the inside out. And my child, you will rise. You will rise with wisdom. You will rise with clarity. You will rise with peace that makes no sense to the world. You will rise in strength because I am the one lifting you. There is no limit to what I can do through a surrendered heart. And you, my child, have a heart that has stayed soft, even through the pain. That is what I treasure. That is what I bless. That is what I will now multiply. The wait has not been in vain. You are closer than you think. Closer to the promise, closer to the healing, closer to the joy, closer to the restoration your soul has been crying out for. Hold on to me. Even when you don't feel strong, even when you don't feel ready, even when you don't know what comes next, just hold on. I will not let you fall, because your victory is near, and I am already in the middle of it. Your victory is not just coming, it is forming around you. Now, it is not a dream you imagined. It is a destiny I have designed. I have gone before you to prepare every detail. You are walking into a fulfillment that I authored long before the pain tried to rewrite your hope. I am not reacting to your wounds. I am redeeming them. What the enemy used to harm you, I am using to build you. Every scar, every setback, every sleepless night, it has all been folded into my plan of goodness. You are not behind. You are being positioned. You've been asking me, why did I have to go through that? And I've heard every cry. I've seen you wrestle with what broke your heart and tried to break your spirit. But I am the God who wastes nothing. What hurt you will not define you. It will refine you. And I am using it to open doors that pain cannot close. You're not being punished, my child. You're being propelled. Through the fire, yes, but into purpose. Through the valley, yes, but toward the mountaintop. This journey has not been a delay. It's been a divine detour that kept you from what would have destroyed you. You don't even realize how many battles I fought for you in silence, how many traps I dismantled, how many betrayals I blocked, how many moments I stepped between you and the harm that was never allowed to touch you. My protection has been all around you, even when you could not see it. You were never abandoned, even when they turned their backs, even when people failed you, even when it felt like I was silent. I was defending your name in places you never entered. I was covering your reputation while others tried to stain it. I was keeping your heart soft, even when the world was trying to harden it, what they meant to bury you in. I've used as soil. You've grown where they expected you to wither. You've risen where they thought you would stay low. The very things they tried to use to silence you, I'm turning into the evidence of your calling. You are about to witness why the fight was so hard, why the pressure was so great, why the warfare didn't make sense. It's because the oil on your life is weighty. The anointing I placed on you threatens every lie the enemy has tried to plant in your generation. This is personal to me, because you are personal to me. I have watched over your purpose like a father watches over his firstborn. I have been jealous for your time, your heart, your purity, your future. I have loved you too deeply to allow you to settle for a counterfeit life. I have been purifying your vision. That's why the isolation came. That's why the pruning felt so deep. I needed your heart clear of distractions. I needed your spirit tuned to me again. What felt like rejection was redirection. I was calling you back to the higher path. You are stepping into alignment now. You are being recalibrated with heaven's pace. No more rushing, no more running in circles, no more chasing what never fed your soul. You are walking with me now, in sync with my spirit, steady and secure. You are not who you used to be. Can you feel it? Can you sense the shift? The heaviness that once consumed you no longer has permission. The lies that once held you no longer carry weight. I've been breaking off every label that didn't come from me. You are not broken. You are rebuilt. You are not lost. You are led. You are not overlooked. You are chosen. You are not defeated. You are destined. Every identity that shame tried to carve into you is being washed away by my truth. I am rewriting your name, beloved, redeemed, restored, mighty, pure, whole, called. These are the words I have always spoken over you, even when the world called you less. I never stopped saying them. You just forgot how to hear me, but your ears are opening again. Your heart is softening. You are beginning to recognize my voice, not through thunder, but through stillness. Not through striving, but through surrender. My child, I delight in you. I do not merely tolerate you. I do not just carry you, I cherish you. I take joy in watching you rise. I smile when you trust me again. I rejoice when you rest in my arms. You are becoming everything I saw when I first formed you, not because of your effort, but because of my spirit alive in you. I placed gifts in you that cannot be taken. I placed light in you that darkness cannot extinguish. I placed purpose in you that no one else can fulfill. You are my masterpiece, even in process, even in progress, even in imperfection. My fingerprints are all over your life. My breath is in your lungs. My glory is in your story. I'm not calling you to be impressive. I'm calling you to be surrendered. I'm not asking you to perform. I'm asking you to abide, to dwell in me, to walk with me daily. That's where the power is. That's where the joy returns. You were created for communion, not competition. You were designed for my presence, not pressure. You were made to move at my pace, not the world's expectations. When you are with me, you are enough, exactly as you are. Come back to that place, the place of rest, the place of grace, the place where your soul can breathe again without proving anything. That's where I pour out the deepest miracles into hearts that are willing to simply be with me. Let me reveal what I'm doing in your life now. Lift your eyes higher. I'm moving pieces you don't even know exist. I'm opening doors you didn't knock on. I'm positioning people who will bless you without motives. I'm aligning divine appointments that will confirm what you sensed but couldn't explain. My child, you are walking into fulfillment, the kind that leaves you speechless, the kind that humbles you, the kind that leaves no doubt it was me. You are about to witness my fingerprints on your future in ways that will redeem everything you questioned. You'll understand the waiting. You'll see why I said no to what you once begged me for. You'll feel the joy of promises that come in time, not on time. You'll carry peace that doesn't depend on your surroundings, because it lives inside you now. I've gone before you. I'm making the crooked places straight. I'm removing obstacles you haven't even seen. I'm silencing voices that tried to curse you. I'm releasing blessings that were held back for such a time as this. This is a season of unveiling, of clarity, of renewal, of harvest. I'm opening the heavens over you, not because you earned it, but because it's time. Because I said so, because you are mine. You're not going backward, you're crossing over. The wilderness was real, but the promised land is more real. The storm was loud, but my voice is louder. The enemy was persistent, but I am eternal, and I have the final word. Not them, not fear, not failure, not your past. I have the final word, and my word over you is victory. My word over you is life. My word over you is joy, peace, power, and love. So stand in that, even if your legs shake, even if your voice trembles, even if your faith is small. Just stand. I will hold you up. I will teach you how to walk on water again, because this is your time. Not tomorrow, not someday. Now. This is the season I wrote for you, and I will not let it pass you by. You've waited, you've wept, you've wondered, but now you will witness, and it will be glorious, not because of you, but because of us, because you trusted me, because you let me love you, because you said yes, even when you didn't understand. So let the new begin. Let my voice be louder than the past. Let my presence lead your steps. Let my promises hold your heart. I'm doing a new thing, and you are ready, because I've made you ready, and I will finish what I started. My child, I know how tired your soul has been, tired of waiting, tired of fighting, tired of wondering when the weight will lift and whether the joy you once dreamed of will ever feel real again. I see how long you've carried burdens silently, and I've never stopped holding you through them all. You don't need to be afraid of what comes next. I go before you. I walk beside you. I follow behind you with mercy and protection. Nothing about your future intimidates me. There is no path too dark for my light to shine. There is no storm too fierce for my peace to calm. Even in uncertainty, I remain unshaken. When everything feels unstable, I am your rock. When plans fall apart, I am your foundation. When people disappoint, I remain constant. When the world shifts, my love for you stands unmovable. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just need to stay close to me. Let me lead. Let me carry the weight. Let me unfold what I've prepared for you without fear, rushing ahead of faith. Let your steps be steady in the rhythm of my presence. You're not late. You haven't missed it. Nothing was stolen from you that I cannot restore in greater measure. Nothing was lost in the fire that I cannot resurrect in power. I have kept record of every tear, and I know how to turn ashes into beauty. The enemy tried to convince you it was over. He whispered lies to your soul in the night. He used delay to create discouragement. He tried to wear you down until you stopped, hoping, but I was there every single time, shielding your heart and whispering truth underneath the noise. I've seen the battles no one else knew about. I've watched you fight to believe when everything around you said give up. I've heard the prayers you whispered while no one was watching. I felt the tremble in your voice when you said, God, please don't leave me now. And I never did. I never left. Not for a moment. I was closer than your skin. Closer than your thoughts. I was holding your hand even when your fingers loosened in fear. I was keeping you upright when you didn't even know you were falling. I have been faithful, my child, and I will continue to be. My covenant with you is not fragile. My plans for you are not threatened by delay. My love is not conditional upon your perfection. My grace doesn't run out when you're weak. I'm not looking for your performance. I'm looking for your surrender. Come to me again as you are, with what you have, with the little strength you still carry, with the quiet hope buried under years of weariness. I will take it all and breathe on it with heaven's wind. You are not running in circles. You are moving forward in my timing. What you thought was going nowhere was actually me building depth in you. I have been teaching you to walk by faith, not sight, to trust me when the way is hidden, to believe me when the evidence hasn't arrived yet. I honor that kind of faith, the kind that keeps walking when it's hard, the kind that says yes when the soul is trembling, the kind that worships even when the outcome is unclear. That kind of faith is precious to me, and I do not let it return void. Now the season is shifting, the heaviness is lifting. The things that held you back are breaking. The spiritual clouds that once surrounded you are parting. I am breathing new life into what felt stuck. You will feel clarity again. You will feel light again. You will feel joy, deep, real joy again. Your story is not over, not even close. You're only just beginning to step into what I've prepared. You're only now arriving at the place where you'll understand why the road was so rough. What's ahead will redeem what you walked through. And you will see that I was good through it all. I'm healing you, deeply, gently, completely. I'm healing the parts you forgot were hurting. I'm healing the memories that still echo pain. I'm healing the emotions you've tried to numb. I'm healing the beliefs that have held you back from love, from trust, from peace. I'm setting you free from shame. You've punished yourself long enough. You've replayed failures in your mind long enough. You've believed you were too much or not enough for too long. I break those lies now. I lift that weight off your shoulders. You are forgiven. You are clean. You are new. Nothing disqualifies you from my love. Nothing about you scares me away. Nothing about your past makes me flinch. I already knew the worst, and I chose you anyway. I don't love the future version of you. I love you now, as you are, right here in this moment. You are precious to me. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not replaceable. You are not invisible. You are my child, my beloved, my creation, and my joy. I sing over you. I rejoice in you. I hold you in the palm of my hand. Even when you struggle to see your worth, I don't. Even when you forget who you are, I remember. Even when your faith shakes, I am faithful. Even when you stumble, I remain your foundation. I want you to live freely, not controlled by fear, not bound by guilt, not weighed down by expectations. I want you to move through life with peace in your steps, joy in your heart, and purpose in your soul. I made you to thrive, not just survive. So let me guide you. Let me lead you into still waters. Let me anoint your head with oil. Let me prepare a table before you, not just in private, but in the very presence of those who said you wouldn't make it. I will vindicate you without you lifting a finger. I will bless you in public for the battles you fought in private. I will honor your obedience, even when no one else applauded it. I will reward your integrity. I will magnify your quiet faithfulness. I have seen it all. My child, I will never stop loving you, no matter what comes, no matter what they say, no matter what you feel. My love for you is everlasting. It is deeper than any wound, stronger than any storm, purer than any motive, and it will carry you through every season. Now rest. Lay your head on my chest. Let the noise fall away. Let the questions become quiet. Let your heart receive what your mind can't always understand. Just be with me. I am enough for you. You don't need to chase anything. You don't need to impress anyone. You don't need to prove yourself. You don't need to rush. You are safe here, in my presence, in my plan, in my hands. And now, my beloved one, I bless you. I bless your mind with peace, that your thoughts will no longer torment you, that clarity will return, that your imagination will be filled with dreams I planted in your soul. I bless your heart with healing, that wounds will close, that joy will rise, that love will flow freely again, that your heart will no longer carry fear, but will trust like a child again. I bless your body with rest, that tension will release, that sleep will be sweet, that health will return, that divine strength will fill you from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. I bless your spirit with renewal, that what once felt dry will overflow with living water, that your passion will return, that your gifts will be stirred up again, that your light will shine with clarity and power. I bless your relationships, that the right people will find you, that divine connections will be formed, that every counterfeit will be removed, that love, real love, will flourish in your life. I bless your path forward, that doors will open with ease, that favor will go before you, that wisdom will guide you, that provision will never run dry, that every step will be ordained and filled with purpose. I surround you now with my presence, a shield of fire that no darkness can penetrate, a hedge of protection that no scheme can touch. I cover your home, your family, your future, your destiny. You are guarded on every side, and I seal you with my name. My glory goes with you. My angels are stationed around you. My spirit is within you. You will walk in peace. You will walk in purpose. You will walk in power. I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Even when you can't feel me, even when you wander, even when you fall, I will never leave you. So rest now, my child. You are loved, you are chosen, you are safe, you are mine, and your victory is already written forever. Amen.